Hello. Oh, it's been a minute since I've had to do this. Bear with me. Hey guys. Am I live? I hope so. I hope I am. There we go. Hi, hi, hi. Who's all here? Gang's all here? There we go. Hey, Nathan. Hey, SLJ. Hey, Angel. Good to see y'all. Glad to be back. I'm still not 100%, you guys. Not gonna lie. Whenever I get like a cold, the cough lingers, and I'm still coughing. It's been like 2 weeks. I'm still coughing. But I'm here. Because I have to be here. Steve Burton's back on the show. As Jason Morgan. Hey, Mikab. Yeah, he's back. And, he's not brainwashed. Doesn't appear to be brainwashed. That's good. 3 people know he's alive. 4 people. 4 people know he's alive at this point. Dante was the first. And then Spinelli and Ava found out. And Ava showed Sunny that Jason was alive. And Spinelli, I think, is about to show Maxie. So, yeah, that's where we're at, folks. How have you guys been? I haven't talked to you guys in forever, so I want to know what you guys think of the show, too, the last couple of weeks. Obviously, I've been watching. I just haven't been live streaming. Angel, you said GH is actually good. I rewatched Mondays and Tuesdays again. That hasn't happened at all in a while. Sandy. Hey, Sandy. Yeah, Jason is back, you guys. Alright, well, we will get into all things Jason. But just to catch up with you guys, I feel like not a whole lot happened. Like, things happened the last couple weeks. I'm talking about, like, previous week. Like, not this week's episodes where Jason came back. The weeks leading up to it. One, I'm glad that Selena Wu is kind of back in the fold. That I was pretty stoked about. You guys can hear me, right? I'm doing okay. I don't know if I have my microphone settings on pretty well. Yeah, Jason's been back since Monday. Good evening, Akeisha. Hey, y'all. But yeah, so Selena was back in the fold. I've been enjoying her. I always enjoy her. We got to meet Blaze's mom. We got to see a Blaze and Christina love scene, which was cool. About time. Been a minute since we've had like girl on girl love scene on General Hospital. Been also pretty long since a guy on guy one, to be fair, as well. We need more of that. Okay, you guys can hear me. That's good. We'll see how Blaze's mom kind of continues on at this point. Yeah, she's clearly uncomfortable with Blaze coming out, but she seems like a mom that just doesn't pay attention to her daughter, period, in virtually anything. She just seems like a mom that like pushes the money and lets her do whatever she wants and doesn't really care to know her daughter. It's not a very good parent, period. My thoughts on that anyway. What else? We had Spixie. We had Spinelli and Maxie. They went to a karaoke night. I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed seeing Spinelli sing to Maxie again. It got me nostalgic over like the 2009 era when Spinelli was wooing Maxie on karaoke night. And I actually rewatched those like old school scenes myself not too long ago. And then they kissed. It's interesting. I find that, like, I don't know if it's purposely or not. I see more of Maxie's old personality coming out around Spinelli lately. But yeah. I don't know. Do I want? I'm still not exactly too keen on a Spixie reunion. Like the concept of it. Again, they've changed so much, and I don't. It's not the same. I mean, at this point, they might like. I'm at the point where I'm like they could put her together with him, and I wouldn't totally hate it, but I wouldn't be as invested in them just because they're not the characters they were. The characters that made them fun for me to watch, they're not those characters anymore. But they do love each other, and if they end up together, then it is what it is. And yeah, I'm feeling okay, Nikisha. I'm not 100%. I'm still coughing. Did Spinelli lip sync? If it wasn't lip synced, I think it was at least slightly auto-tuned. Because I know, like, they've said that there are some cases where they do sing live and some cases where they don't. I think he sang live, but I think it was auto-tuned, and it probably didn't need to be, because Bradford Anderson's a really good singer. But Brando and Sasha definitely lip-synced for their life and failed at it miserably. Heather is testing Laura's patience. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're excited to see a mature version of Spixie? It'll be interesting to see what that looks like. Like I said, I'm not as invested. But, you know, the characters have to grow up, and that is what it is. And let's see what they are like when they're mature. His singing was different from 2009, I watched. Yeah, but Spinelli also had to, like... The story back then was that Spinelli couldn't sing, and that it was his love for Maxie that gave him the confidence to do so. And then we've heard him sing a few other times since then as well. So his singing's definitely improved, but it was definitely auto-tuned. Back then, they weren't auto-tuning. They were singing live back then. So you heard every missed note that went on in those karaoke nights from all the people. One other thing I want to touch on, Cyrus Renaud. To me, it feels like they're switching things up for Cyrus. Suppose voice sounded better in 2009. It had more character. When they auto-tune, it loses its authenticity, and then it feels dead, in my opinion. We all use it for, like, you know, singing in a studio song, but it's a karaoke night. It should come across that way. And that's always been my issue with whenever GH gets people to sing on, like, the Nurses Ball or like a karaoke night in the the Frank Valentini era. They always lip sync and auto tune, and it's always cringy because of that. I'd rather it be bad because they can't sing than bad because it's so horribly auto-tuned that it's obvious. But anyway, back to Cyrus. It feels like they are they're kind of switching things up for him, and that they're really trying to sell him more so as a guy who's changed, which I find interesting. Because we're seeing him alone, like, reacting and, like, being devastated on certain things and, praying to God by himself. Nobody's watching him. So, I don't know. I mean, we are in a weird situation where we're switching writers. The writers, I don't know exactly their official first day, but we're clearly in the transitional phase. So I don't know. Like, clearly a lot of things are, hey Albert, a lot of things are clearly wrapping up from the previous Regaim. And I did hear about that, by the way, Albert. A new soap opera coming to, I think, CBS, right? But yeah, I think, I don't know. We're in a weird place where I think we're starting to switch things up. And, well, I don't know where they will go from here. I have a lot of doubts for where things were going, where I thought things were going, obviously last time I did live stream, to what they could be now. And ditto goes for Jason's storyline, because obviously the breadcrumbs, they made it seem like Jason was going after Sunny, but I don't think Elizabeth Corte wanted to do that. So so to that end, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not enjoying the Jason stuff. Not enjoying it yet. I have hope for it. But it feels pretty lackluster to me so far. I'm excited Steve Burton is back. Hands down. It's great to see him. I'm glad that they're kind of not slow burning his way back to Port Charles. You know, Dante's already seen him. Jason, or not Jason, Spinelli and Ava know he's alive. Sunny knows he's alive. They all think that he's betrayed Sunny currently, but I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I can't fully comment on the story because I think it's going to turn into something completely different than what was probably planned by Chris and Dan. So I don't know. Like I said, they haven't officially started yet. It's not saying Elizabeth and Patrick in the head writing credits part yet. So I don't know. Cyrus is annoying. I don't see how he can change by the way he treated Nina. Well, that's the thing. Like, we could see a bunch of bait and switches right now that they're just going to drop certain things and go a different direction. Come on, this little week I've been saying in podcast. Oh, and Danny and Danny and Jake. I got into a fight, AJ and Jason. I got AJ and Jason vibes with the Danny and Jake thing too, actually. Now Danny's vaping and he's drinking. I forget if I was still live streaming when he was drinking. But yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like when he's patient 6, which I appreciate, truly. Oh, passions. But yeah, so so far I'm not sold on this story, but I'm also in the frame of mind that I know things aren't going to be whatever they were supposed to be, and we're kind of switching over to whatever it's going to be. And so the new writers are having to sort of backtrack and kind of come up with something fast to get their own story started. And Steve has said, Elizabeth Corte probably had a hand in whatever was going to begin with the Jason story, but he's excited for what it will become. We don't know what that is yet. The only things that we know for sure, and this is just based on like the behind the scenes stuff that GH has posted themselves, I think there's going to be friction between Carly and Drew because of Jason, for sure. That's what Laura Wright pretty much said as much. And beyond that, I don't know what else. Carly's going to be Jason's ride or die again. Okay, but I think, come on, you asked me something. I missed it. One sec. Or was it you? Who asked me this? Oh, do you think that the new writers are trying to make Sonny back into his old 90s ways? No. However, I do appreciate that they addressed it the way that they did. That Jagger, John, whatever, got to like call him out for it and be like, you literally went after an underage girl, forced her to strip, fed her drugs, and had sex with her. And it's like a conversation that has not really happened. Even with Scotty, he doesn't really go into too many details whenever he's brought her up to Sonny in the over the years. But Jagger laid it out plain as day in front of Anna, which was good. And I think Anna seemed very disturbed by it because, you know, she didn't seem to really know that part of the story. And we don't really know how much Robin has said about Sonny in that aspect. She's probably left a lot of it out and probably just focused on the fact that Sonny took care of Stone. And Jagger, kind of reading Anna as well, said, you appreciate Sonny and you love Sonny, or you care about Sonny because he was there when you couldn't be for Robin when Stone died. Not that it was Anna's fault, but I think she probably finds it hard to go all in on Sonny because Robin worships the ground Sonny walks on. You know what I mean? Because of what he did. And it's not nothing what Sonny did. You know, we all saw the story. If you didn't, it's on YouTube. Sonny truly cared for Stone and did everything in his power to make sure he was comfortable as he could be when he was dying. But there is a bit of truth to what Jagger said, in the sense that he really took these like lost souls and like groomed them to be his workers. I feel like it happened to Stone, and it definitely happened to Jason. So there's some truth to it. I also love that Jagger said that Sonny was painted as a mobster with a heart of gold, because Lord knows a lot of us fans have said that about Sonny. That the writers constantly make him out to be this exact thing. Yeah, Laura's hints definitely weren't subtle. Oh man, Jason might be undercover. He remembers Dante. The sniper called him Jacob. Yeah, I don't think Jason doesn't. I don't think Jason's brainwashed at all. I think Jason's memories are intact. Most likely. I mean, Jason could have infiltrated whoever's going after Sonny, or it could be a case of like maybe someone was forcing Jason to do these things. He's blackmailing him with something, and Jason's going along with it, or he's just been trying to look into who's been going after Sonny and the other mobsters. Hard to say. Yeah, that's true, DG. It's true. Oh man. It worked though. 30 years of Maurice Benard. It's true. It's true. People love him. But there are people that, you know, that equally hate him. I'm on the fence. And it's because I really adore Maurice Benard, and I think that he's one hell of an actor. But I do get tired of him being like the hero of the city constantly. Because we got some perfectly good actual heroes that aren't like career criminals that they could just be making the heroes of the show, and they always go back to Sonny. That part frustrates me. DG, you said, I love when the writers are actually tarnishing Sonny's mobster with a heart of gold. Halo. It's about time someone held him accountable. It's been 30 years since he joined the mob. Well, technically he joined the mob when he was like a teenager, but just off screen. Oh, you think this is Sonny's exit story? I really don't. I don't. I mean, he'll retire when he's ready to retire. But, I don't know. It does seem kind of weird that they brought Jagger back at all. But it'll be interesting. And obviously, whatever Chris and Dan had planned for Jagger is not going to happen now. But we'll see where it goes. They did the same with Luke, with the whole Luke and Laura. Yeah, but at least Luke shortly went after the mobster. Like, he was in the mob, but he literally took him down, like, not even a year later with Frank Smith. And then unfortunately he kind of went back into it with Sonny again, but also because of Frank Smith, and then he killed Frank Smith then too. And then, you know, they brought him back alive a third time when Luke was exiting, which seemed pointless. But yeah, it's I do like that they've taken this angle to really call out Sonny's past in such detail, because it never happens anymore. It never happens anymore, so it was nice to see. Yeah, when Sonny was working for Frank Smith's organization, the good old days, 90s of GH. Luke is different than Sonny. Yeah, Luke brought down Frank Smith and got out of the mob. Exactly, yeah, it's not exactly the same. Oh, what Luke did to Laura, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Luke did something vile to Laura, and then they became a super couple. But that's really just a credit to the chemistry of Jeannie and Tony. And also, I think we also have to kind of remember that back then, rape was seen a little bit differently. And they rewrote it to a seduction as well for a while. So, you know, certain things happen there. But then, you know what? They addressed it in the 90s and really painted it out to be what it was. I think Maurice wanted to leave last year, and the writers bribed him to stay. Hard to say. We don't know for sure. I feel like Maurice would just be honest and announce it. I miss how they used to have people calling out each other. Yeah, it's true. What so many of today's viewers don't realize is that when GH's ratings crashed in 2000s, many viewers hated Sonny. Yeah, that's the truth. They hated that it was the Sonny, Jason, and Carly show. They wanted balance, and it's certainly a lot more balanced than it has been, but they're clearly still the forefront. So I don't know. And it's not so mob focused. Like, while it's there, it's not as big as it once was. Yeah, crime to seduction to crime again. Yeah, Maurice will tell us when he's leaving, when he's ready to leave. So, he'll be upfront about it. But yeah, I don't know. Going back on Jason, I guess, because that's kind of the topic of the live stream, essentially. Not impressed so far, and I'm sad about that. But again, like, I just hope that whatever the writers have cooking is going to be good. Steve Burton seems to think so. I just want to see the new writers in action fully before I really kind of judge the story, because we don't know where it's going. We just don't. They can maybe slightly lay the groundwork right now, but until they're fully on there officially, everything's kind of at a weird impasse. So, time will tell. What What I don't like is that usually GH's main source of any action or suspense is still tied to the mob stories. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be. Yeah. I like the action stories when they're not tied to the mob. I'm impressed. I actually got excited to watch the show. I'm glad they got straight to it. I don't know. I'm just genuinely not impressed thus far. And you know, this is me coming as, you guys know that like I'm a mixed bag with Steve Burton. I adore Steve Burton the man. But I've always had a love-hate relationship with Jason on his own, except for when he's with Sam, and I don't see them putting Jay-Sam back together, truthfully. So they gotta make Jason more interesting than he typically is on his own. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. Jason, you got some explaining to do. Truthfully. Oh, you think they're gonna give him a secret son? I don't know. For what? Like, it ain't gonna be Dex. If you're going with that theory again, it's not happening. Like, Dex is maybe 20. Jason was definitely on the show during that time. Everyone thinks he's unbeatable. You can't have a bad guy that fights him back. Yeah, if Jason loses, it seems out of character. But then that makes any new enemy of Sunny and Jason's like, well, we know how this is gonna end. Elizabeth was gonna have a surprise guest at her door. I mean, it might be. I feel like we're gonna see Jason running into everybody eventually, and pretty quickly, honestly. I feel like we're gonna see him reunite with more people before the weekends for sure. And we only got Thursday and Friday left. Yeah, in a perfect world, he would go a different direction, DG like that, but they're not gonna have him turn against Sunny. I wouldn't hate it, DG. I'm just saying it's probably not gonna happen. Just want to see Jason with Danny and Jake. Yeah, I mean, clearly they've brought Danny on more, and they're having him act out, which is going to give Jason and Sam material to coexist in each other's spaces again. I had to giggle at like the fact that Danny was vaping. I mean, I know the kid is like 14. When Jake like first smelled something, I really truly thought it was gonna be weed. Have a good night, Albert. I truly thought it was gonna be weed, and it was vaping. And I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. Y'all just want Dex to be related to someone so he can stay. Let Dex go. I don't want Dex to be related to Jason at all. But I don't hate seeing him. He just needs, something else to do besides be Sunny's whatever. I love that Sunny didn't really react at all to Dex being back in town. He just kind of was like, okay. But, he can't really deal with that right now. His son's shot and in the hospital, like, in critical condition. He'll address it later, I'm sure. It's a big deal here. Listen, I'm not saying that, like, vaping isn't as bad as, like... Vaping to me is, like, the equivalent of, like, smoking cigarettes in the sense that, like, yeah, it's bad and kids shouldn't do it. but it's also like not drugs. You know what I mean? Like, I thought they were gonna make him go down like an even worse road. How he got the vape, who knows? Maybe he has a fake ID out there somewhere. Obviously, he managed to get drinks somehow too, so he probably does have a fake ID. Oh, you think Deck's gonna be related to Jagger? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. Jake is like Jason Q, and Danny is like his Uncle AJ. Jason, yeah. Well, I mean, truthfully, we don't know if... Well, I guess, yeah, no. Jason doesn't have a drinking or addiction problem. He's an adrenaline junkie, and that's about it. Yeah, exactly. Like vaping is not good. I'm just saying, in terms of like the possible directions they could have gone, that's probably the least, like, you know. That's why I giggled a little bit. I was thinking like, okay, they have them drinking, so they're probably gonna have them do drugs, and it was vaping. That's all. It's still bad. It's just, you know. Like Jason Q back in the day, and then they turned him into a professional killer. Valid. I would like to see a hybrid version that has, you know, the old Q memories back and whoever, and Jason, like all the memories, and see kind of who he would turn into from that. Danny could have been smoking meth. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. But I'm glad Jake took it away from him. That's a good big brother response. Imply that they can't really do drug stories anymore on the time slot. I don't know. Like we literally seen Sasha get addicted to drugs not that long ago, so I don't think that's the case. Danny inherits some of that risky behavior from Sam. Oh yeah, I mean, Sam had that conversation with Dante, that she was not a good, you know, kid. She was a wild child. Kaiwan, you are too addicted to Jason's biological mom. Jason Q was a bit boring, but Jason Morgan is too stoic and a criminal. Yeah, I think a hybrid of the two would kind of make him more interesting. Yeah, they have been at odds with each other before, but because of like valid reasons, you know, like Sonny sleeping with his little sister. Kids. Yeah, but why they did it just like 2 years ago, so I don't see that being a reason. Like all of a sudden. And they clearly have no problem talking about underage kids doing drugs because they just had Jagger talk about it, so that's my 2 cents anyway. But yeah, I'm not gonna be on here for too much longer. I'm still trying to keep it short because I'm still coughing and stuff, and it's not fun. But I did want to come on and just talk about Jason and get your guys' thoughts and kind of catch up on all the things. Yeah. in terms of future live streams, I don't think I can live stream this Sunday because I am going into the studio that day. But we'll see. I don't know what time I'm going in yet. I'm actually just waiting for the response of when on Sunday that I am. But I just don't want to promise anything because my voice will probably be shot if I don't. Yeah, I'm using cough medicine, really cold, or cough medicine more than cold medicine, and then like Neocitrin at night before I go to bed, cough medicine in the morning, cough medicine when I get home from work, and then depending on if I'm working late or not, cough medicine before I go to bed. But yeah, and it's weird. Like I find, like usually like in the evening my cough subsides, and I can go to bed and not cough at night, and I can wake up, and I wake up pretty early, you guys. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, so I can just kind of slowly wake up, work out for an hour, shower, eat breakfast, and not feel rushed before I go to work. So I'm up for like 4 hours before my shift actually starts, and then I don't cough at all, and I don't feel like there's a cough in my throat, and then like I go out, and then it's just back. It's just the cold air, man. I'm sure you'll make great music. Well, I think I'm correct me if I'm wrong. I think I put a little sample of it on here because I recorded a demo version on my computer, and that will be the single. And I think I put a little glimpse of part of it. Well, actually, the only thing that you heard was like the backup vocals and like a bit of the guitar, and that's because that's actually part of the backtrack that we'll be playing when I'm playing live in April. Because I don't want them to also learn the backup harmonies when they've already learned like all my songs, which is crazy. It's been fun though. Like even though I've been a little bit down, like under the weather, clearly, getting to hear them play my music has been so cool. And even today, my drummer sent me a video of him like doing Madness, the last single. Just like by himself, and I think he's doing like a cover video to like post on social media, which I'll share when he does. I had to send him like the full track because he was just playing to the back track with the click track over that he can hear in his ear. Yeah, I sent him that just before I went live actually, and even my guitarist is messaging me right now. So we're all in touch. And it's been pretty fun. And like the jam space where we're practicing is really cool, you guys. It's actually a horror movie shop, but they have like a makeshift studio, like just to the left of it, like in the same building, but like just on its own. And that's where we've been rehearsing. And then I've also one-on-one time with the band members as well, and just just getting to, I've known, so here's the thing, I've known my guitarist and my bass player a really long time, about 8 years. So, I know them pretty well. It's really chill. It's like kind of intimidating being surrounded by like these amazing artists who picked up my songs like it was nothing. That's just such a wild thing to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a surreal experience the whole time, and I'm just really excited to get up there. Like your pop punk, it sounds like Lady Gaga mixed with some Blink-182, some 41. Good Charlotte. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do love music, you guys. The majority of my friends in town are all musicians, every single one of them. And if they're not, they at least know how to play an instrument, or they're somewhere within the realm of the music scene. So, you know, getting to see them doing up there, and the fact that I've always just recorded demos in my house, the fact that I get to actually like go somewhere and perform live in front of people is like pretty fucking cool. So I'm excited about it. A bit nervous because I'm still coughing, but I mean, it's not going to stay for another month. At least it better not. Good night, Sandy. But yeah, I should end things here. Rest my voice so I don't wreck it even more. But yeah, so likely not gonna live stream this Sunday, but I will pop in Wednesday. I will pop in next Wednesday, and we'll just kind of hang out and talk about our thoughts. And you know, we're gonna have to keep the live streams pretty simple, at least until after my show. Because I'm practicing wherever I can at this point. And it's going well. It's going well, minus this cough, but, you know, I don't know. There's just lots to look forward to. Yeah, I'm sure. I took a test. No, anytime I get a cough, it just lingers. So, like, that's just how my colds typically always are. And, yeah. It sucks, but it always happens this time of year too. Like every February, like I get this cold and the cough lingers for like 5 or 6 weeks. But spring is hopefully upon us soon. It's March. It's like minus 23 right now, but apparently tomorrow's minus 2. So, and then like the rest of the week is in the pluses. So hopefully that helps me. I think really the thing that makes my cough stay longer, especially this time of year, is the cold air. Because it's cold and dry here in Alberta. And like I said, when I'm in my house, like obviously like in the morning, like going to bed, the cough subsides, waking up 4 hours, no cough. It's the second I leave into the fresh air, and that's when it hits. And I think it's just because it's cold air. So hopefully now that it warms up, I'll be on the mend. I don't know, Kaiwan. Now it's all over. You know what? I drink so much orange juice every damn day. I don't think it's helping much. Although maybe you have to eat an orange, but like genuinely, like every lunch at work, orange juice. Orange juice, orange juice, orange juice. I really just think it's the cold air that makes it linger. So, but it's warming up next week. Fingers crossed for me, guys. Alright, but yeah, I'm going to end the live stream here. Thanks so much for tuning in. I missed y'all. We'll catch up again next Wednesday. I'll let you know how the recording goes for the single. I'm excited about it. It's probably... I like the direction I think there is a clip on my shorts of me practicing that song with the band. But you had to eat actual oranges. That's fair. Maybe I will. Yeah. I'm looking forward to putting the song out there officially, and it's one of my favorites that I've done. Alright. Mwah. Good night. If you liked the video, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, if you haven't done so already. Now we'll catch you guys next Wednesday. Peace out. Mwah.